It's such an interesting thing. The attention to what needs to be healed holds you in the vibration that disallows it, where the very fact that something needs to be healed has put a solution to which we are giving our undivided attention. So someone needs to be healed. You're looking at it. You know the statistics of it. You see the suffering of it. You feel the discomfort of it. You read the reports of it. You feel the awfulness of it. And so it's specific and really out of the vortex. So then you try to find a more general place. So you say, statistics don't mean anything to any specific relationship. All they are is a snapshot of how other people have handled energy. Has nothing to do with this specific situation or this specific person. It doesn't matter what a situation is, it can be aligned. In fact, the more uncomfortable something is, the bigger and brighter the solution is. When a solution is really big and bright, then there is more possibility for movement on it. Now, are you feeling any movement there? Is the generalness helping you? Mm-hmm. This too shall pass. There are all kinds of resources that are available. I don't have to address this specific subject in this specific way. I'm feeling the ease of my general focus. I like feeling that I can control the way I feel by focusing my thought. It is satisfying to me to realize that just by talking to myself and focusing in the way that I am, or that I can at any time, that I can relieve discomfort and come into a better feeling place. It is satisfying to me to realize that the way I feel is about my focus, not about any specific situation. The situation isn't the reason I feel this way. My focus is the reason I feel this way. Because my focus is the reason I feel this way, then it is never necessary for me to ever feel bad, because I always have the ability to focus. I have the ability to bring myself relief. I have the ability to bring myself into alignment regardless of what is. I have the ability to bring myself in alignment regardless of any manifestation that may be temporarily showing itself. I have the ability to bring myself into alignment because I know about the laws of the universe. I like knowing about the laws of the universe. I like knowing that there are no exceptions to the laws of the universe. I like knowing that anyone can bring themselves from wherever they are to wherever they want to be. That there is a certain and gentle path that will lead them to wherever they want to be. I like the idea that by knowing what I don't want, I know more clearly what I do want. I like the idea of solutions being born out of problems, and I like the idea of me or anyone reclaiming the solution that they are looking for. I like the idea that solutions are expansion, and that solutions and expansion come on the heels of sometimes things that are not so uncomfortable. It makes me realize that there is nothing that I ever need to fear that is going to sweep over me or hold off as if I could hold it off, that I am now in a position where I understand that I can just take life as it comes. I never get it done, and I can't get it wrong. So when something comes that feels wrong because it isn't done, it doesn't have to stay wrong, because the wrongness of it creates the rightness of it, and I have the ability to focus myself in the direction of the rightness of it. So I have the ability to be weller or righter or feeling better than I ever was before the wrongness came. There's never a reason for anything to envelop me or to take me over or to take me out unless I choose for that to be. I am the creator of my own experience. Everything that I have chosen is for the purpose of what's in my vortex. There are all kinds of things in my vortex that I don't even realize that I put there, that in combination have caused different things to happen. I actually am calling things through me, and in calling them through me for the purpose of now me using my conscious ability and my emotional guidance system to line up with them, so that I can understand that I'm the creator of my own experience. I'm playing life in a really big game, and the stakes get higher and higher and higher and more fun. When you're really good at creating, and you've created everything in the world that you can think of, why not find some way to bring yourself to a new and deeper emotional level so that you can, in a very sensitive way, discover newness in life that you've never been able to discover before. I've witnessed so many people who have moved through things like this, who are richer and deeper and living better lives than they've ever lived before, who will say again and again, I wouldn't give that experience up for anything because of the expansion that I've discovered. Expansion that I do not believe I would have discovered in any other way, or at least not as quickly or as profoundly. There's never a reason for me to fear or worry about anything. Everything is always working out for me. I came to be a deliberate creator, and a deliberate creator I be. I came to be a joyous deliberate creator, and a joyful deliberate creator I be. There is never a reason for me to ever fear anything or to be guarded against anything. It's just this wonderful mix of life experience that's giving me opportunities to expand and to reclaim constantly my newfound beingness of who I am. I embrace life in all of its contrast because I know in all of it there is only joyful expansion that has been set up for me. You have no choice but to line up with it.
Okay.
You have to give in to your desire.
Mm-hmm.
You have to give in to your desire. You can't let what is, in all of its frivolous, inaccurate, temporary indicators, you can't let that hold you from your alignment.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to go with your desire in order to feel good. Why would you give up on something that matters so much? Because you forgot about the vortex, you forgot about the power of the universe, you forgot about your power of focus, but now you're remembering all of that. So line up with your desire. It is our promise to you. Your desire will not torture you and it will not misbehave. It will not let you down. Your desire is real. It's in the vortex. You can have it. Line up with it. Line up with it. And then revel in the evidence of your alignment. But you can't really give up on them. You know what happens when you say, I gave up on it? You didn't give up on your dream because you can't. Your dream is still alive and well and will torture you until you line up with it. So when you say, I've given up on it, what you say is, I'm just not trying to come into alignment. And we say, well, that's not too good, because when you don't make the effort to line up with your dream, then you just sort of accept the discord and discomfort that you feel. You see what we're getting at? You hear that, don't you? Yes. Give in to the success of your dream and watch the resources of the universe back you up. Give into it. Give into it. Give into the inevitable achievement of all that you have vibrationally already become. You know, it wouldn't be painful if you hadn't become it. If you said, I sort of kind of thought I wanted it, but then I decided I didn't want it, and now I'm just sort of blissful in the not doing of that, then we would say you didn't give up on a dream. You never had a dream that you're out of alignment with. But when you say, I had this dream and it tortured me so long that I gave it up and I'm still tortured, you're still tortured. You say, I gave it up, but you're still tortured. You know what that torture tells us? The dream is alive and well. You're just not in the vicinity of it, you see.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it wasn't alive and well and you weren't in the vicinity of it, we'd be talking about something else. We watch so many people in the building of relationships or companies or empires or life works. And we want to say to them that the majority of their building took place before they put the first brick in the first building or wrote the first word on the first script page. In other words, there's so much foundation that you were in the process of. And the foundation, from what we can feel from you, will go into place very quickly for you. We're in no way trying to prepare you for a long process. In fact, the process has started today. And the reviving of the dream is not just the first step, it's the biggest and most important step. It's huge, you see. Now feel the difference in the way you feel. You're not the same person who sat down here a moment ago. Because of our rambling, you've lined up with your vision. You've lined up with your dream. And the resources that create worlds are now flowing in the direction of you. Now your work, and you can't get it wrong. Don't worry if you have a down moment or a uncomfortable moment. You now know what to do. And what is it? What is your work? Go general, go general, go general. From complacent to feeling better to specific. From complacent to feeling better to specific, to specific, to specific, to specific, to specific, to complacence, to general, to specific, to specific, to the specific. And why do we want you to focus in this specific way? What's our objective in getting you to be specific about your dream? Because anything that anybody wants, whether it's a creation of a production or a pile of money or a new house or a relationship, everything that everybody wants is because they think they will feel better in the having of it. You've just showed yourself that you can feel better in the having of the dream of it. And once you really know that, then the manifestation will follow. but we're not teaching it to you because we want it to manifest, although we do. The world will love it. We're not teaching you that because we want your dream to come to fruition. We want you to come into vibrational alignment. We want you to finally be one of the cooperative components to this thing that's been brewing for so long that when it starts rampaging through your mind, it's going to blow your mind how much is in there percolating. You haven't even begun to tap into the creativity that is there, you see. You get what the vortex is? Have you been hearing about it enough, or do you want us to warm you up about it? No resistance in it whatsoever. No grouchiness, no orneriness, no fear, no trepidation, just pure positive energy of knowing who you are. So here you come into this physical body, and you mix it up, and you know what you don't want and you know what you do want, and you continue to send these rockets of desire, these rockets of expansion to this non-physical part of you who keeps up with each and every rocket. So the longer you live in your physical body, the more beautiful this vortex version of you becomes. The more refined, the more clear, the more expanded, the more exhilarated, the more expansive is the word that we love the most about it, the more joyful. In other words, through what you are living, you are causing expansion of this non-physical part of you. A non-physical part of you that you want to keep up with, but you can't keep completely up with, not like the inner being within you does. But it's your goal to keep up with that version of you because this is the true version of you. This is the expanded version of you. This is the part of you that's weller than you were before you got sick, and more prosperous than you were before you didn't have enough money, and more secure before you became insecure. In other words, this is the expanded version of that which you are. So this vortex version, this vortex part of you, you can never get away from it. You can never separate yourself from it. And really, we want to say to you, you can never be unaware of it because it pulses as the strongest vibration of that which is you. It is the strongest vibrational core of that which is you. So it's pulsing all the time, or vibrating all the time, or being all the time, offering its realness, its wholeness to you all the time. And here you are, still doing your job, mixing it up, knowing what you don't want, exploring the details of life, and living the manifestations that represent the relationship between all that life has caused you to ask for and where you are vibrationally in the moment. So, for example, let's say that you've been having one of those moments that we were describing where you're feeling irritation or orneriness or resentment, whatever it is, and in the process expanding the vortex. And let's say that you're having a conversation with someone. It evolved from your awareness of it to your venting about it. You want to explain it to someone else. You might send out an email blast. But you're having the feeling and you would like to share some of your pain with someone else. So now you're venting it. And so now that you're talking about it, it's even more active in your experience than it was before. Now what's most interesting, and this is what we really want you to begin watching for moment by moment from this moment in your life forward. So now that whatever it is has you activated about it, now watch the manifestations that are right on the heels of it. Watch how the next person that you talk to gives you, no matter who they are and no matter where they are on the emotional scale, as they come into your experience, they are going to reflect back to you in manifestation right here and now, something that represents what you're feeling. A manifestation. This is the thing that we think is so interesting. A manifestation. So they represent back to you. In other words, you could get them talking pretty good on what's bothering you. They're all queued up for it. And you're sucking it from them. Now, let's say you don't want that from them. What you want is reassurance. What you want is positive feedback. You don't want negative commentary on where you are. You would prefer something far different from that. But you can't get it because your point of attraction is already been established by the conversation that you've set into motion. So maybe you've been understanding manifestation in a clearer way than we are depicting here. But we want to point out to you that your manifestations, while they are about your cars and houses and relationships, and they are about the big things, and they are about the things that are on your asset side of your profit and loss statement, and they are about all of that. What the manifestations are that we're really talking about is, what are you right now evoking from that one and that one and that one and that one and that one? What are you manifesting in traffic? Cooperation or irritation? What are you manifesting at the front desk of a